आज मैं आपको ले जाता हूं अमेरिका के एक प्राइमरी स्कूल के अंदर जाकर देखते हैं कि यहाँ पर एक एवरेज स्टूडेंट का पूरा दिन कैसे निकलता है, कौन सी एजुकेशन वो यहाँ पर लेते हैं, क्या सर्विसेज उनको मिलती हैं और किस तरह ये सारा मामला फाइनेंशियली मैनेज किया जाता है। आइए अंदर देखते हैं। इस वक्त मेरे साथ मौजूद हैं इस स्कूल की प्रिंसिपल डॉक्टर एरन डेटमर। थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर बीइंग विद अस। हम इनसे पहले इस स्कूल का पूरा टूर लेंगे और फिर जो हमारे जहन में सवालात हैं एक टिपिकल स्कूल के हवाले से वो मालूम करेंगे। Could you please walk us through and tell us what a typical day for your student looks like here?
Absolutely, welcome. I'd love to show you around.
इस वीडियो को हमने सुबह सवेरे शूट किया था बच्चों के स्कूल पहुंचने से पहले, और उसकी दो वजूहात हैं। एक तो ये कि अमेरिका में जब भी आप इस तरह कहीं स्कूल में जाकर बच्चों की वीडियोस बनाते हैं तो उससे पहले उन तमाम पेरेंट्स की, वालिदैन की परमिशन लेनी पड़ती है। और दूसरा ये कि स्कूल इंतजामिया ये नहीं चाहती थी कि इस पूरी वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग के दौरान बच्चों की कोई डेली एक्टिविटीज या एजुकेशन है वो डिस्टर्ब हो या उन्हें किसी डिस्ट्रैक्शन का सामना करना पड़े।
So this is just a typical classroom. We have students, our class sizes are anywhere between 20 to 28 children. So it varies depending on enrollment for the year.
How many total students, I'm sorry, you have in this school?
We have about 400.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's from grade kindergarten through?
Through 5th.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So all classrooms also are equipped with the latest technology. We have Apple TVs. So all the kids' iPads, every child also has an iPad and the teachers have MacBooks.
Right.
So everybody's able to stream to the TV. We have live broadcasting available. Everything is like seamless integration. So the technology allows kids to access curriculum and materials from across the world right to their fingertips here in the classroom.
And how much time do they typically spend in these classrooms every day?
Sure. So in our classrooms, the children are here all day long with this teacher. So we have about a 7-hour school day.
7 hours. Okay.
7 hours of the school day. It's our school day runs 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
So where are we going next from here?
Let's go check out the media center.
Okay. And this is normally they come in there, they hang, they put their that's I believe is the bag hangers and everything, right?
Yes. So we come in, and now that it's cold in Michigan, we have lots of snow pants and snow gear. So backpacks and hooks, backpacks and boots go out here, and coats go in there. So the kids bring all their gear, they unload, and their class. We don't have lockers or things along those lines. They keep all their materials right with them or in their cubbies in their classrooms.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's go there.
All right.
So this is the media center?
This is our media center. Yes. You can see that it is an absolutely beautiful space to be and to learn and to get kids excited about research and investigating things.
So high level view, when the kids come to the media center, what do they do here?
The goal of the media center is to get kids into books, understanding what it is that they love to read. It's getting them into being makers and design space. We have an actual maker center learning space here where we teach the design and innovation process. So children are invited to explore and create and to solve problems all on their own.
So this is their, if I'm not wrong, this is their science, design, art, everything that they can build from whatever tools you have available. So it's kind of building their ground to be like maybe engineers, scientists, or artists or whatever.
Yes, absolutely. It's the design iteration process. So there's coding involved. There's problem solving. She'll pose a question, and the kids have, right now they're in a unit where they're using Legos to build representations and diagrams of what it might become of a problem that she's posed. She also focuses a lot on career education. So exposing children to the different possibilities of what might be as they grow up and enter the workforce.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, where are we going next?
Let's go check out the cafeteria.
Oh, nice.
So we are in the cafeteria. This is our space where the children eat lunch every day. They have 20 minutes to eat, and then they go outside and play for 20 minutes.
And is the lunch provided by the school, or what are the options?
So parents have a choice. We do offer a lunch, and this year, because of the pandemic, lunches are offered free to families. In the past, though, it has been a small fee for that. But parents can also pack a lunch, and kids can bring a lunch from home, whatever's convenient for the family.
Cool, nice. And I see you got all the flags of different countries in there too.
Those represent the families that are in our school. So We have a very diverse group of families that make up our school here at Leonard, and we're quite proud to say that we have over 29 different languages in our school, and over, I want to say 26% of our students are multilingual, which is pretty wonderful.
So students who come here, correct me if I'm wrong, can come from 29 different maybe cultural backgrounds.
Absolutely, yes, for sure. And we do have a wonderful English language development program for students who are new to the country and are just learning English.
Where are we going next?
Let's go check out the gym.
Okay. That's your gym.
This is our gym.
Okay.
It's a beautiful space. The kids get, we know the importance of physical activity, so the kids get 45 minutes a week with Mr. Grant, our physical education teacher. And he teaches them units that develop personal awareness for health and fitness over time. So they do learn sports, but they also learn habits that they can take with them as they grow into healthy young adults.
Thank you, Dr. Detmer. You've been kind enough to give us a whole tour, and this is amazing. I'm just going to ask you a few random rapid-fire kind of questions for you, because I, personally speaking, growing up, I never went to school like that. I grew up in Karachi. The schools there are totally different from when we're here. So we have a lot of questions in our minds, and I'm sure people who are watching also have a lot of questions. So let me begin by asking a simple question. You talked a little bit about it too, but over kind of overview again very quickly. So the basic subjects that kids learn in your school are?
Reading, writing, math, science, and social studies are the core academic subjects.
Okay. And do you follow any sort of a national curriculum, or does any school generally in America or in Michigan follow a national curriculum, or they have their own?
So Michigan has adopted the Common Core standards, which most states in our country have adopted that. So those standards guide the curriculum, what is taught. But every district in our state is able to choose or adopt the curriculum that they believe best meets the needs for their students that teach those standards.
So in other words, there's no national requirement for you to follow certain books or certain types of writing.
Correct. There's no national requirement for the way we teach it. It's just what we teach.
Now, and all of this that we're seeing here to the families, it's a public school, so it's free to them, right? It's a free of cost. But it takes a lot of money to run this kind of operation. I'm wondering if you could tell us, where does that money come from? How does a typical school get funded?
Sure. That is a very complicated question. There are multiple sources of revenue that fund public schools. They all come from tax dollars. Some are local tax dollars, some are state, and some are federally funded tax dollars. It's included in property taxes that parents pay. Some of the funds that come from non-homestead taxes are also levied to pay for schools. So there's not one funding source that pays for our public education, but it is truly a whole community feel. Everybody who pays taxes in one way or another is actually helping to support our public schools.
Right, and you may not know this exactly, but I heard, as far as Michigan was concerned, I heard that on average, Michigan spends about $7,000 per year on one student. Is that about right, or?
So every school district has, the way the state determines the funds that are allowed, like a per pupil allotment, is, I'm not exactly sure how the calculation is determined, but every district has a different per pupil allotment. So it could range anywhere between $6,000 to $9,000 per student. So a $7,000 per pupil allotment is a good average.
And when kids go to the next level, the next grade, is there sort of, at the end of the year, any sort of exam that they have to pass, any test that they have to clear to go to the next level?
Sort of. That's a complicated question. So we do have state assessments, state standardized assessments here in Michigan. They're called the M-STEP, and students have to score a certain level on that score in order to be deemed passable, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're held back from moving to the next grade. As a school, we talk about students demonstrating mastery, and so teachers work very closely with families to determine intervention plans in order to make sure all students are getting what they need in order to advance to the next grade level. If there was ever a case where a child was not demonstrating mastery, there are provisions we can do in order to meet that child's needs, but there isn't a pass-fail exam that might exist in other places.
Let's say a family just arrived in Michigan or in America. Is there anything that we missed that they need to know as far as our public school is concerned?
I think one of the things that I'm most proud of our public school system is that we really care deeply about making sure that we meet the needs of every individual child, and that we know that every child comes to us with a different story and a different future, and a bright future. And it's our job to help meet that child where they are and to help open doors for them for the future. So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. It truly is individualized, and we have the pleasure of employing the very best staff that you could find anywhere. I know I'm biased, but I also truly believe that our educators here in this building care so deeply about these children and will do anything they can to help them be happy and successful.
And if people want to know specifically about your school, more information, how can they know about it? Where can they go?
Check us out on our website. So we have, we are leonard.troy.k12.mi.us. So,
all right. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
It was a pleasure.